right, chat. So now it is that your girl's recording. Let's go ahead. Let's jump into this next reaction, shall we? Now, love, I have not reacted to you before. I know Yo-Yo does. But shout outs to you. The over-sexualization of minors online. Ooh, this gonna be a serious topic. Okay, all right. So without further ado, let's go ahead. Let's get into this, shall we?
It's no secret that teenagers online are often romanticized or sexualized from time to time. And a lot of us have made an astute observation that adult content
Watching it grow. Whoa.
seems to be getting younger and younger as time progresses. And what I've noticed is that it is not just teenagers. This actually encompasses all minors overall. What if I told you this stuff begins when kids are infants? All daddy wanted was a B-Day on a baby t-shirt. Impressive.
Why?
Isn't it? This is absolutely disgusting, bro. MILFs, I have arrived. My dad's pullout game is weak. I want brew inside of me. And you're supposed to be giving this to your daughter as a pajama sweatsuit. Drink bottles, date models. Hunk, shades and babes. Campus hunk. I do curls for the girls. The senoritas love me. Proof quarantine wasn't always boring. Which
Wow. 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 Wow, that's crazy. Wow. Wow. Why is this on like baby tees and why is this on like infant clothes? Like that's weird. Who greenlit this? Like that's off-putting.
means my parents were in the bedroom and having fun. That's what this means. Does this diaper make my butt look big?
What?
I have like 35 different questions. Number one, who is buying that? All right, if you're buying that, either one, you might be a little bit intellectually challenged. I want brew inside of me. Does this diaper make my butt look big? Are we not literally witnessing kids' clothes a child who is probably like 1 year old or less? And then for the designers, what were you thinking when you made that? Come on, bro. Do better. There's nothing you can say to convince me that EDP, P. Diddy, and all those are the ones who are designing these clothes and working at these companies. And if it's not them, the people designing the clothes are definitely doing this.
There is a huge transgender group of men identifying as little girls. Many of these men are following our daughters, nieces, sisters around the internet, and in some cases, stalking them in real life. One of the men goes by the identity Misty Summers. He likes to model used clothing that was worn by little girls. Like,
lock him up. Lock him up. That's all it is that I needed to hear. Lock him up. Lock him up. Throw him underneath the jail. Okay? Because that's weird. It's big weird. Like that's just like how his face is here is my face as of right now. Because what in the actual hell am I looking at as of right now?
Schoolgirl uniforms, cheerleading uniforms, and even little girl pajamas.
Grown man with a little girl on the inside is crazy work. Just a man identifying as his authentic self, a 5-year-old girl. I'm not gonna make
like gang. I'm not here to bully you. You know, I'm never gonna like go ahead and do bullying. You know what I mean? But not even your hair will allow you to go ahead and be a 5-year-old. Why would you go ahead and like think that this was, you know, okay? Why would you think that this is okay? You putting bows on hair it is that ain't trying to stay there, gang. You know, like it's time to let it go. It's time to let it go. It's time to pack it up. It's time for you to go ahead, put all that pink stuff back, put it away, go get yourself a suit and whatnot, because I noticed you can't go into a corporate office looking like that. Okay? And just
I'm not gonna make this a transgender issue at all. I know there's a huge crowd of people who are like, oh, it's them again, the usual suspects, they're always doing something weird, blah blah blah, because I know there are plenty of straight people, especially straight women, that I've seen do this in a process called infantilization.
Infantilization is defined as the portrayal of grown women acting and looking childish through attire, demeanor, possessions, and or posture.
Okay, so pretty much what she's defining is those people who were like, they're grown ass women wearing like the schoolgirl outfit, they're doing these like childish faces and childish behaviors.
According to Child Crime Prevention, there are an estimated 500,000 online predators active each day.
500,000? And she said active each day. What about the ones that are sleeping for the night? What about the ones that are hibernating for the winter? That is a huge number. There's probably like a cool million. Some of them are active, some of them are on the night shift, some of them are on the day shift, some of them are clocking out early, some of them are going on lunch break. And this number is going to become even more relevant in today's video as we progress.
Apps that immediately come to my mind are Omegle, an online video chat room where you'll probably get flashed.
I keep telling y'all how much it is. I hate Omegle, any of that other stuff. We've watched so many different videos of like guys that would very much harass women on Omegle, the monkey app, all the other stuff. I don't use that stuff. And the fact that is like people would go ahead and feel that, oh, they need to go on this to like show their stream, like, oh yeah, they get girls and stuff like that. You're corny. You're corny. Anybody it is that does that is corny. Seeing that made me mad to how, like, you know, and like video chats as it is, like you had, of course, Skype, you had Uvu, you had all different types of one, like back, like maybe like 10 plus years ago. But when parents say it is, the internet is dangerous, it is. It very much is dangerous. I just do not like that whatsoever, you know? I don't like that. Like no.
Monkey.
Where a lot of children get flashed, I want to emphasize.
And quite honestly, I feel like this content style or this behavior pattern was really popularized by a woman named Belle Delphine, which if you're not familiar, you might think, oh, this person's like 15, 16. No, this is a grown-ass woman who's just trying to portray themselves as like a 15-year-old anime girl. Yeah, 25 years old, older than me, doing this shit, bro. Like, what are we doing? As grown-ass adults, Belle Delphine doesn't try to feed into kiddo likers. Yeah, see, like, Lollipop, the little My Little Pony thing.
Yeah, nah.
Basically, she really popularized this infantilization aspect in the adult film industry. And I know it's not just her. People like her have really popularized this whole schoolgirl outfit and turned it into some type of like fantasy. And it's gotten to the point that people are literally begging to see certain people in schoolgirl outfits when schoolgirl outfits are like based on middle schoolers. Like I just randomly stumbled across a tweet from a dude talking about some Jesus Christ, I want her in a schoolgirl outfit. Buddy, you're drooling, all right, relax. If I even type in schoolgirl outfit, adult women's sexy schoolgirl fancy dress costume, and that's how you know things are getting weird, because we are like making something made for children to go and get their education as something that is portrayed as sexy. None of this stuff is actually schoolgirl outfits made for schoolgirls, except for maybe like this one. I don't know, man. Maybe I'm the crazy one, and maybe I'm the one who's not seeing things on the right side. Am I just old now, or is the schoolgirl outfit thing way weirder than it used to be? It's not like new. I remember seeing videos of like Britney Spears rocking it when I was a kid, actually. Maybe it's gotten worse in recent years. And as a matter of fact, another place where I very recently saw this whole schoolgirl thing was actually like last week. Travis Hunter's girlfriend. I'm sorry to be the one to talk about it. This has to do with the video, bro. I'm sorry. This man right here was in a relationship with this woman right here for the last 5 years, and apparently 3 years ago she did this with some dude. Schoolgirl outfit at like a party. I'm gonna assume that took place on like Halloween, which Halloween is a very common place for weird costumes to come out. Like I remember seeing like freaky nun costumes, which is really disrespectful, right? Speaking of Halloween, I found an article right here that said for some reason it seems the entire globe has gotten behind the notion of a sexy schoolgirl. The world seems to have forgotten who actually wears school uniforms. Children. The only individuals who are required to wear a variation of plaid, skirts, and knee-high socks are underage girls who attend private or charter schools. Despite the widely accepted nature of the schoolgirl fantasy, it cannot be ignored that this is a socially acceptable form of EDP. As early as age 11, I remember grown men with their eyes glued to my sister and me as we got our usual Slurpees at the local 7-Eleven after school. Groups of landscapers and construction workers gawked at my friends and me while we piled into carpools in our school parking lot. It was humiliating, confusing, and deeply uncomfortable for all of us growing up. So if you thought, it's not that deep, there isn't any social implications of this, you're very wrong. As we saw right here, a very young person at the age of 11 years old noticed dudes on the side being like, "Sweet mama," to them while they're in their schoolgirl outfits as minors. And this is all because adults like to fantasize over the schoolgirl outfit and turn it into something that it's not. I don't really see what people even see in this in the first place. Like, first of all, y'all motherfuckers are attracted to a plaid skirt and a tie. Okay, so if we go on r/ask men 3 years ago, a person asked, what's the deal with the schoolgirl fantasy? Serious question, why is this such a popular fantasy? Why is this fantasy acceptable in pop culture? Isn't this just glorified EDP? I assume it's because some dudes hit puberty in school and all the chicks around them were in school uniforms, so they got used to checking them out all the time. Then these guys, this is just no, bro. You're supposed to grow out of your attraction, bro. Like, when you're 5 years old, it's fine to be attracted to someone who's also 5 years old. But when you're 20 years old, you're supposed to not be attracted to the people who are 5 years old anymore. Maybe the dudes who didn't get, the dudes are saying, oh, maybe it's the dude who didn't get hoes when they were in high school who likes this stuff. And now that these Reddit users mention it, speaking of corn and the corn industry, the fact that there is a section, a very popular section, by the way, of corn that is under the teen category says enough. And it just goes.
I never understood. I never understood this, chat. Why is it when you look at stuff of like corn, the titling is always just like, oh, I slept with my stepbrother, or oh, my stepmom, or oh, teen related stuff. Like, it, like, if you actually really look at the titling on that, it looks weird because the titling has nothing to do with the video whatsoever. It's very incest. It gives off very incest. It gives off very PDF. It gives off like that type of like if you actually looked at that, right? Or like stepdads that like Phil's stepson up, like, yeah, like stuff like that is weird. Like, it's like, wait, what? Like, it's stuff like that. Like, oh, I slept with my stepbrother. Like, it's weird. It is so weird. And it's like, who's greenlighting these titles? It's off-putting.
Show there are just really weird practices happening online. Well, I'm about to be that guy. That refers to prepubescent. The schoolgirl thing has gotten more popular over time. I do know when I watch things like anime, like recently this new show Dandadan came out. It is really popular among the youth, and it does have a lot of themes that are like sexualizing minors, bro. If you guys are familiar with the Naruto series, I also remember like last year there was a controversy around this right here. Some people were saying that this is a little too much. Like, this is the type of stuff, if you wear this to school, you're gonna get dress coded. And I know this isn't just a thing,
right? Absolutely. Like, let alone like shoot, I couldn't even wear like a top that was like too thin on the straps. You know what I mean? They would be like, nah, you gotta go home. You know, skirts that's not longer than like your hands. You gotta go home. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. Yeah, you got sent home, or they'll put on some like, they'll make you put on like a big t-shirt over that and whatnot. It was like, you ain't gonna be walking around school like this. Absolutely not.
Thing in anime, I know also in like gaming or even in movies. If we were to talk about different TV shows, I feel like I gotta bring up things like Euphoria or like Riverdale. There's like high schoolers sleeping with like 40-year-olds in the show that shows them sleeping with each other.
I don't like Euphoria. I don't like it because of the graphic sex and the graphic nudity with people who are supposed to be in high school. And before you get them in my comments saying like, well, it's realistic, blah, 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 blah. There's too much nudity in this show for people who are supposed to be teenagers.
It's just all really weird. And on top of that, these people are being depicted by grown adults in the movie. Why aren't we having actual teenagers play teenagers in TV shows? And before anybody,
I mean, but in High School Musical, we didn't have all teens it is that portrayed as teenagers. I mean, most of those actors or actresses were adults, to be honest with you. That's So Raven, an adult. Degrassi was probably the only TV show that I could think of that actually portrayed, like, it was like child actors, teen actors going into like adult acting and whatnot. But I mean, I hate to say it, but like a lot of the shows, it is less based off of like high school type of stuff is not, it's based off of the actors or actresses are adults, and then they gotta like dress and embody and a high schooler. You know what I mean? Right, look at Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. He was an adult, not a teen. Right, exactly.
Somebody gets smart in the comment section and says, oh, well, you can't actually have teenagers getting freaky on camera because that would be illegal. Why are we getting scenes of teenagers in general? It doesn't matter how old they are. We don't need that in the show. I mean, there are already so many debates over whether scenes are useless in the first place among adults, so there's damn sure no reason to be having it as kids. It's all just weird and unnecessary. Like, there is no reason for this to be in the TV show. This does not affect the plot like you think it does. All right, what high school did y'all go to that was this crazy anyways? And we damn sure shouldn't be glorifying this behavior. When I was in high school, I was playing sports, hanging around with my buddies, and having a jolly good old time. All right, I was not worried about popping pills, getting freaky. Now, I made a video the other day, and it was about the disgusting rise of teenage baddies, where I talked about baddie culture within, you know what I'm saying, the teenage community. And I feel like there was a lot of different things that I didn't mention. Some of y'all in the comment section actually pointed out,
Oh yeah, Bring It On was portrayed by adults. Yeah.
to me that a lot of the times online, it's the parents that are like making them show themselves in this way for money and for clout. And regardless of where it's coming from, I do feel like we can all acknowledge that kids are dressing more and more revealing and are just doing more and more adult activities as time goes on. And
I feel more so that even adults is dressing more with like being provocative and stuff like that. I seen a tweet earlier today where it's just like a lot of people look at people who are over sexualized as a problem, but that is actually the first sign of depression. I saw that, I was just like, that's a good point. That is a very, very, very good point, because people it is who are depressed in some form of way, in order to get some type of gratification, some type of attention, they think it is revealing themselves in a way can just make them feel something at the end of the day. And it makes you think to why it is that people would do these type of things, and especially with like young adults or adults in general. Why? And a lot of it can be based off of at home of not getting the attention as they're supposed to, abandonment, negligence, all different types of stuff. Not even getting the proper talks about the birds and the bees and stuff like that. All of that stuff is very important when it comes down to like having kids, because your kids are going to grow up and they are going to know of these things regardless it is if you're ready for it or not. But a lot of times it is within our families that having these conversations and discussions is considered taboo. You know what I mean? In Hannah Montana, the guy that plays Miley's older brother was 30 while Miley Cyrus was a teenager on the show. Yikes. I didn't know he was 30. Damn.
they take pride in this, by the way. Like, there's entire trends where people who are like 13, 14, 12 are showing themselves as a lot older. This is a 13-year-old, bro.
You're 19?
In 2024, going on 2025, this is what 13-year-olds are looking like.
Damn. I'm screwed, chat. I will be 33 next month, and I don't even look 33. I look younger. Why are we getting younger? Why is the younger generation trying to push to look older? Like, I don't understand why. I don't understand why. Cause now I'm concerned by the time it is you get my age, you go be looking y'all gonna be looking 20 years older than what it is that I look like, or what I will be looking like. Like, come on. Like, it's okay. It is okay to just stay within your space to where it is you need to be. Stop trying to grow up early. You know, there's no need to. Trust me. You got your entire lifetime to go ahead and get have bills with your name in it. Trust me. You have an entire lifetime to do this. This is what scares me about with the younger generation, is that there is a push for wanting to look a certain type of way. And it's like, baby, you don't need to do this. By all means, like, when I was like, I'd say like 16, that's when I really was wearing makeup. Well, I started working at 14, 15, but I was able to go ahead and like go to the salons, get my hair, like, you know, get the washing set, get the roller set, the blow dry hair. I was spending like $25 for that. I was buying makeup. I was wearing makeup. I was buying my own clothes, seeing what it is that, like, you know, people got to understand, when you go through puberty and you're going through within school, that is the hardest time. Like, it's not the hardest time of your life. you think it's gonna be the hardest time of your life until it is you get older. It's not. But at the time frame, it is, because you're once a kid and everything just switches. Now puberty changes. You may or may not have people around you to go ahead and kind of guide you on how to survive teenage years. And then you got people in school that don't make it any better neither. I told y'all how mean kids can be with other kids. So then you go to school, you're trying to figure out like what works for you, what you like, your style, like clothes, trying to fit in and stuff like that. Like that's a lot to deal with for like the at the age it's supposed to be. But nothing scares me more than seeing like 13, 14-year olds and they're putting on like all like the full step makeup, and then y'all doing like these skincare routines, like the 10-step skincare routines. It's like, baby, I'm not even doing that. And I'm the one that is like, after 25, you lose collagen. So you gotta start having the routine and stuff. Like, baby, you don't have to do this. You don't have to do this. My goodness. You know what I mean? It's okay to put on a little makeup, a little cute, you know what I'm saying? A little cutesy, whatever. Like, but you ain't gotta do all that. You know what I mean?
This is sad. When I was 13, I was watching Dora. The way I looked at myself,
I could show you what I look like at 13. And you would, I could show y'all what I look like at 13. And I mind you, at my age right now, I don't even look like that.
Inside, what am I doing wrong? That's the problem in this generation, is that young girls are trying to make themselves appear older by the way they do their makeup, by the way they dress. And other girls in the comment section who are also young will compare themselves to that and say, what am I doing wrong? When in fact, you're doing everything right. There is no reason to want to speed up the process of becoming an adult. I promise you, being an adult sucks, bro. You gotta pay taxes. Don't worry about your bills. But all jokes aside, though, young people should want to stay young. All right. I regret not being as young as I was when I was young. If you know, you know. I didn't enjoy my childhood to the fullest extent. So there is no problem with watching Dora, playing Minecraft, being a kid, watching television. I don't know, reading comics, reading manga. Now transitioning over a little bit into something even weirder that I noticed online is the Bop House. Okay. So if you didn't know, there are OF creators who were like pretty young, 18, 19, 20, 21, and they created a content creator house of straight OF models, and they call it the Bop House.
Huh?
And yeah, 500,000 men paid for the Bop House because 500 different thousand people needed to subscribe to their OnlyFans to create.
Cooking with Kaya should be the chef of the Bop House. That is crazy. That is insane. Y'all really don't like this girl. Y'all don't like Cooking with Kaya. Yeah, granted, I mean, like I said before, I can't tell if it is that she's trolling or not. But the fact it is that like girls have compared themselves to her, and it's just like, oh, she ain't gonna cook better than me. She ain't gonna take my man. Cooking with, adding that in there. It's like, oh my God, y'all fall for trends so easily, But do I feel like it is that she's a bop? No, I don't think that.
This entire house. First of all, dudes, do better, bro. They're living in the end times, bro. The end of the world is near. Historians are going to skip this era. This is horribly sad. This is sad. I have autism too. It's nice for someone to raise awareness about our condition. Hard day.
Oh, wow. Wow, y'all are mean.
Work at the Bop House. Oh, and if y'all don't know what bop means, it's just a synonym for like a hoe. So it's any woman that you can sleep with easily. Damn, man, that hoe right there is a bop. Why did they say it like this?
Right.
And this is their logo right here, Bop House.
This is the Bop House in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, worth $75,000 per month.
75K per month. Y'all are really putting that much bread in their pockets. This is genuinely the worst content creation group I have ever seen or heard of in my life, and I've seen some pretty bad ones in my existence. All right, and other people are trying to get into the Bop House. All right, so are we really making this a race thing? Notice how white people are the only ones in the Bop House. Nobody should be trying to get into no damn Bop House.
Notice how white people are the only ones in Bop Houses. I cut it out. I cut it out. Because y'all say that about with us too, but y'all call it ratcheting and being ghetto. Oh, she a thought. She's a bop. Oh, this isn't this. I mean, I've heard a treesh. I've heard all different types of variations of this, but like it doesn't matter based off about with race at the end of the day. Y'all say that about us all the time. If anything, y'all like to call us that first before with any other demographic. So pipe down with that.
House, dude. My Bop House audition. Okay. Guys, I didn't leave the Bop House. I'm just a solo Bop. The mini Bop House.
I'm not about to play with y'all in this video. I'm not about to play with y'all in this video.
Wondering how does that relate to the entire video? Well, let's just say the Bop House is inspirational. How, you might ask? How in the world could the Bop House possibly be inspirational? No, it's not in a good way. The Bop House consists of people who are like 18, 19, 20, and it's inspired people who are underage to create a minor Bop House. Yeah, you heard me, the minor Bop House. By now, the original account of the minor Bop House got taken down, but these are all like, before it got taken down, this right here was the logo. And you know it's a real thing because there are people making videos talking about some auditioning for the
Girl, how old are you? How old are you? Something ain't right. Something ain't right. Something's not right. There's no way. There's no way. There's no way. Look, 6 to me? Nah, add a couple of decades to that. You look older. You look way older. Nah. Audition for the minor Bop House. First of all, where are your parents at? I have so many different questions, but you look older. You look way older than what. Chat, is it just me? Is it just me? There's no way. There's no way. There's no way. Oh, y'all got me all the way messed up, bro. Y'all got me all the way messed up. Mind you, I said this beforehand. I said this to where it's just like, oh, this is 13? Hell, this was me at 13. So what are we talking about? This was me at 13. What? And y'all looking like this? Y'all looking like this at 13 years old. I am just confusion. I am confusion.
Is inspirational. How, you might ask? How in the world could the Bop House possibly be inspirational? No, it's not in a good way. The Bop House consists of people who are like 18, 19, 20, and it's inspired people who are underage to create a minor Bop
Don't
House.
play with me.
Yeah, you heard me. The minor Bop House. By
Don't
now,
play
the
with me.
original account of the minor Bop House got taken down, but these are all like, before it got taken down, this right here was the logo. And you know it's a real thing because there are people making videos talking about some auditioning for the minor Bop House. Auditioning for the minor Bop House because da 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 da. Why do I low-key want to be in the minor Bop House? We talked about some things like infantilization. We talked about schoolgirl outfits. We talked about the way babies are dressed. We talked about the way teenagers are sexualized. We talked about the way minors like to look older. We talked about young people starting OnlyFans. We talked about the pipeline of minors starting OnlyFans. Sexualization in media like movies and TV shows, gaming or anime. And I feel like this all encompasses into a general topic that sexualization of minors is running rampant and just in modern day society as a whole. This stuff is weird.
Thank you so much for gifting a sub. I appreciate you. Yeah.
I hope that I can shed more light to different things like this, but that is going to do it for today's video. Let me know what you think down below. Do you think that I was reaching on some of these topics? Do you think that, I don't know, some of these things aren't actually weird and I'm looking too deep in? If you disagree with anything I said, comment down below, or if I missed anything, comment down below as well. Let me know if you enjoyed. I know today is probably going to be a longer video. I'm going to try to make longer videos. I always really wanted to, but I feel like sometimes I have that fear of like, oh, y'all are going to click off the video because I'm talking too much. This video is probably going to come out in the beginning of 2025, but I recorded it in 2024. Thank you so much for all the support for the last year. Hey. Every like, every comment, every
is that why TikTok getting banned? No, I feel like TikTok's getting banned a lot of the times. They try to say it's because younger kids under the age that is I don't know what the age requirement is for for TikTok. I don't know, but I do see that there's a concern for that. I thought personally that the TikTok was getting banned because you're finding like hidden gems on TikTok that like related to like history, related to things that is you don't learn within school. It could be a mix of all of that, but I know that that was the biggest concern was the kids, and it's just like, first of all, you can't sit there and say it is that like, oh, what about the children? Like we're so concerned about the children, but yet there's still money that don't even go to all schools. There's still public schools that needs to get new. I know some public schools that still got the same freaking history books that is from like 1980s that don't got proper nutrition within their school lunches. School lunch is already expensive as hell. It's $3 to go have some damn school lunch a day. And then like you ain't fixing the stuff within like the buildings, the staff members. Some of them care about being teachers, others don't care about being teachers. Some of them are even going as far as trying to have relations with students. If you really cared about with the children as much as it is that you say, you would put more into the stuff for the schools. But maybe that's just me. I don't know, chat. Maybe it is that I'm yapping too much. I don't know. Maybe I'm just yapping a little too much. Maybe it is. I don't know what I'm talking about. But like, you know, Congress has a very interesting way to go ahead and state to what it is that they care about. Like, oh, we need to care about the children. Yeah, but you know, do you know how expensive school lunch is? I was paying $2.25 when it is that I was in public school, and then breakfast was like 75 cents, almost $1. I was better off going to a corner store and getting a bacon, egg, and cheese in Arizona and a bag of chips for $4.50 before it is to spend this money. Dang, a day, 5 times a day, that adds up. I was like, what we talking about? But love shout outs to you. Thank you so much for the video. I appreciate that. Shout outs to y'all in the chat. And shout outs to you at home. I will catch y'all in the next video.